Hello, folks. I'm just coming to you now. Hang on a minute. Good evening. If you're wondering what I'm doing here, I'm just resetting the comments on Facebook because they're messing up already. We haven't even started yet, so hold on 2 seconds. I hope you're all well. I hope everybody's doing okay. I will be with you all in a moment, so just bear with me. Bloody thing's always messing up. So here we go. Welcome to a special Chatterhouse tonight. Usually we're on a Tuesday night, but we're on Monday tonight for a bit of a change. So we are. So it's very, very nice to see you all. I'm just going to join you all in a moment when I get back into the comments. And there we are. Okay. Right, folks, don't forget, if you are in, please say hello. You must say hello for me to acknowledge that you're in. Now, I'm not going to mess about tonight, folks, because we've a lot of stuff to squeeze in. I've heard that before. But anyway, welcome to, as I say, Monday night. This is a special night tonight. We have a fabulous special guest tonight. So we have, and basically, this person, well, I'm going to introduce you to him in a moment, but he was part of a very popular 80s band. Yes, pop band. Obviously, it was our Bronski Beat, And to me, Bronski Beat was in my life when I was growing up, and also when I was coming to terms with things and certain aspects of my life. Their songs helped me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to YouTube first. By the way, tonight, folks, we're live on 3 channels tonight. We're first of all live on the Chatterhouse's YouTube channel, so we are, and we are also live on my twin sister, who's 30 year older, Auntie William's YouTube channel. She's got me at so good of her, and also we are live on Facebook as well. Right. By the way, folks, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure your comments are set to live chat, not top chat, so that I can see everybody and everybody can see the comments as they come in. Everybody's starting to fly in now, so they are. Right. So we'll go to YouTube first. Very quickly, because I don't want to keep John in the background here very long. He doesn't like being in the background. Right. So first through the door, I have to be careful now with the mic. Ricky! Ricky! You're Ricky, love. Our Ricky's in. Nice to see you, Ricky. Our Matt McKinley's in. He's saying hello to Lee, but I don't see Lee. I don't know where our Lee is. Where are you, Lee? He's saying hello to Lee. He must be checking in. Right, so that's there. We'll go to that YouTube. We'll go over to the Facebook mob. And then if anybody else starting to come in, I can see people starting to come in now on YouTube as well. Right, so here we go. First through the doors are Will Mellon. Hey everyone, never watched from the start, excited. Roll in, Will. You have missed that, dear. Roll in through the door. Our Jackie McFarlane's in. And if one day I should become a singer with a Spanish bum who sings for women of great virtue, she's through the door. John McMaster's in. Our Aunt Alien's honorary nephew, Tracy Wee Wees, is in. Will Mellon says, fabulous, darling. Jackie said hello to Stuart. Johnny Cahoon's in, my nephew. Hi from Monday Night Mass. He's in Monday Night Mass. I'm saying that. Catherine Playfair's in. Hello, Catherine. Louise, I can't even speak it out, you know what? Louise Swain is in. Nice to see Louise. And I will say hello to everybody. And I think that's my local historian, our Kerry Ferguson, straight through the door as well. As you come in, I will acknowledge you. So I shall, as you come in. I'm very sorry, folks, that we are having problems with the Facebook notifications. We're just having problems with Facebook, full stop. So if you know anybody who was coming in or not in, give them a shout or whatever. Kai Ferguson says, hello, I'll probably be in the background. Shova says that. Mountains of nonsense to get through. And our Brian Lagan is in as well. Hiya, Brian. He was in a spurt today, again, drinking coffee. Right, okay. So let me just give you a wee brief, I can't even speak, brief introduction. Right. Years ago, there was an 80s pop band came in to the UK and they were known as Bronski Beat. Now, first of all, there was Steve Bronski, Larry. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his surname because I always get it wrong. And there was also Jimmy Somerville. Now, Jimmy Somerville left the band, so he did. And this person who I'm going to introduce you to took over. But we're going to hear the story from the horse's mouth. I don't want to call him a horse, he'd beat me. Sam Davison says, "Hi, I'm in my fellas, walking along Drumbeg Drive." Lovely. Bran says, "I was tired during the week." I seen that, Bran. So, right, folks, without further ado, I'm going to bring John on here. So, now, just to let you know, folks, we have been crippled with copyright with music. So, what we're going to do is we're going to play a song right at the end after everything is finished. So, if we do get throughout, the interview's been done and nobody will be disappointed or anything. Okay. Right. So, his sister's going to mess this up. Nobody can see. So, without further ado, I give you the one, the only, if I can find him, Jon Jon Foster, former lead singer of Bronski. Stop hiding, we can all see you. Oh, hold on, turn your mic on, John. Hold on. Told you to forget. Do sign language there to get you on here. Right, hold on. I can hear you now.
Hi there.
How are we?
It's all right. I'm pleased to be on. Thank you so much for asking me to come on and do this for you.
You're very, very welcome. I just want to say thank you so much from me and everybody in the Chatterhouse. John Master says, "Great name, by the way." So there you go. You're getting compliments already. By the way, our John, now not this John, Jon was decorating this kitchen today. Lovely pink.
Oh yeah,
what shade that we have of pink was there a name for it?
Well, it's like a fuchsia.
Oh, lovely.
It's ultra pink, almost neon, but not quite.
Bright.
It was a whim. It was a real whim.
You can't beat a bit of pink.
Well, I saw my friend's house with it, and I thought,
yes.
"Oh, that's gorgeous! I'd love it." So I'm sort of stuck with it for the moment. So, you know,
Jackie McFarlane says, "Hello, John. I hope you're well."
Oh, hello there.
And Tracy A. Melva, that's our wee wigs, we call her. She says, "Oh, that sounds lovely. That sounds like a nice colour." So there you go. Right. Well, John, let's go back.
Yeah.
Let's go back. And I'm going to start singing, so I'm going to warn you. Let's go back to the very beginning. Right. So, I'll do this 2 seconds. Right. Bronski beat the band. We're not going to talk about that first of all. We're going to talk about you. So, I'm going to go back before that. And what I would like to ask you, if you see me looking over here because I got my questions, where are you from, John? Where are you originally? If you call me John, if you call me John, where are you from?
I was born in Basildon, Essex.
Yes.
So that's where I was born.
How was your childhood and your teenage life? What were you like?
So I had a brilliant upbringing because my mum and dad were the kind of first people to move out of London into what was known as new towns. So for people who lived in London, they only had things like an outdoor toilet, for example, and that to share everything else, their bath. They had no central heating or anything like that. So when my mum and dad got the opportunity to move out to Basildon, where a lot of the industrial workers like Ford and my mum and dad were with careerers, so they were with the fags, the smoking the fags. But no, a lot of people went out there and started a new life, basically.
Yeah.
Because it was a new town. It was, the opportunities we felt. Well, they thought the opportunities were gonna just be just around the corner, but obviously life isn't like that.
So what about school, secondary school? How'd you manage that?
Were you okay? I was really liked in school. I was on I went to a comprehensive school. I mean, I did enjoy school, but I wasn't very good at it.
I was
I, I didn't quite know. I couldn't quite fit it all together, really. However, I did pass my 4 exams I needed to go into technical college, which took
okay.
me into hotel and catering management. So that
Okay.
was quite interesting. It's only because I enjoyed cooking. I wanted to be a chef. When I found out, I found out what chefing was about. I decided to go into the restaurant and thought, oh, that's much easier, and it was. so
Okay.
yeah, I did that.
Just very quickly, Sir Simpson has just joined. Good evening, shirt and everyone. And our AJ Walker music is in our AJ is a country singer. Uh-huh.
Oh, I.
Uh-huh. He likes the burning ring of fire and all that, you know.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, that old chestnut.
Oh, he loves all those songs. Oh, he's got a cowboy hat and everything. Well, so let's where are we now? Right. So we're right. Well, we're in hotel work. Okay. You were doing your chef. Yeah. You were doing all
Yeah.
that type of work, catering.
So I grew
What?
up with a
Yeah.
girl called Gillian Wisson. Now I've known her for
Right.
64 years. She was my neighbour. So she's become my best friend. I still see her now, and we're still really good friends. So she went to Southend Art College,
Okay.
and I went to Chelmsford Secondary College,
Yes.
and she met all these people who were really creative, either with music, with painting, with sculptures, anything like that. Jill had got to know them. And there was a small group of people in Southend with the likes of Alice Amoya, who was doing her art foundation there. There were a
Yes.
few people dotted around uh, from Depeche Mode, who we used to go and see at Rochford. And slowly but surely, I became part of that group. I just didn't go into college. I just went to Southend College and sat in the classrooms most of the time, enjoying everybody else's company, like doing art.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
they never found out, so they never chucked me out. So that was quite good. So then slowly, um, Jill got her own place in Southend, her own little bedsit. And up above Jill, there was a guy called Anthony, Larry, and Bob. Now, Bob was the owner of the property. Larry was Larry Cole, Larry Steinbachek from the band Bronski. There he is.
Yeah.
And Anthony Kowalski, was the manager. So that's
Okay.
when I first encountered Larry.
Yes.
That's when I first encountered Larry. We were coming home from the pub, and Alice and Moye decides to do a little sing song at
See,
home.
see, see the way you just say that. Alison Moye just decided to do a sing song. Well, I
She
suppose in
like,
those days she was just Alison Moye. There was no, what was she saying? Well, I can't even see me. I forget things. You know what I mean? There was no songs. She wasn't established then. She was just Alison.
she was great. She's really good because she was with her own band anyway.
Okay.
She had screaming abdabs going on, some quite rock and rolly type bands actually, and she was
Some
a feat
voice.
to be had. So then so then we so as time moved on, Jill decided she's now found foundation. All the college is over now. I decided to move to Newcastle upon
Okay.
which is just bonkers. But a friend of mine from Southend also moved up north, so I went with him really, and he was like my partner in crime. Not in crime, but in doing art and putting on performances. So I went up there. Jill had a place in Brixton where Larry met Steve and Steve met Jimmy. So in Jill's flat, the three of them used to hang out there. Gosh, that's an old picture of Steve, isn't it?
It's lovely though, isn't it? It's really, I thought it was really, really nice just
Uh,
seeing two different images. Don't I get upset? Don't start me. Ah, go on ahead.
so there really was the sort of foundation of the band. Anthony says, "Would you like to come on and do a like listen to the gig?" And I said, "Yeah, okay." So we went to Steve's squat. I went up. I think we're on the 13th floor of this Camberwell flat, and there they were set up in this just non-furnitured flat,
Was that
and
it there?
they
Was
started
that
playing
it?
the
Was that
album.
was that it?
No, that's Larry's flat.
Okay.
That's Larry's flat. That's the place I used to stay at. I used to stay with
Uh-huh.
Larry.
That's a lovely photograph, isn't it? I thought it was really, really nice. Really, really nice. Sorry, go on ahead, John.
So that um hold on, I lost my thread a bit there. Come
So
back,
you were
come
with
back,
so
come back.
you were with Larry, sort of then Steve came along and then that was
Right.
it this
So
yes.
yeah. So I had no idea by this time what they sounded like. So when I got to hear them, my dropped onto the floor. I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
Was Jimmy on the scene at this time?
Yeah, this is Jimmy. I'm listening to
Right. Okay.
Jimmy and Larry and Steve's gig. I'm
Yeah.
listening to their gig they're doing just before they're going to go up to the Bell and do a major gig up at King's Cross. So I'm listening to the rehearsal and I'm saying to Anthony, this has got to, you're going to get signed up immediately with this. It's just going to go, mate. Anyway, time went on and they had great success with Small Town Boy. I went around the country with
Absolutely.
them. I
Mhm.
went around the country with them, sort of introducing them to the crowds and said, "This is Bronski Beat, yeah," and nobody knew who I was. I mean, I
Can
didn't
I just
even
say
know who I
can I
was.
say something? I just want to say something to the people in the does everybody in the comments remember Small Town Boy the song? Is it takes a wee while with a delay. Does everybody actually know that song, folks? That's in Facebook and YouTube. Do you remember that song? I'll give you talk on there, John, because it'll take them away with the answer. So you were on the stage and you introduced everybody. You were like a
Yeah, so
roadie.
I'm
Were you like the
introducing.
roadie?
Yeah, that's right. I was just hanging out with me mates, Larry and Steve, and Anthony. So I was just like hanging on, really.
Yeah.
Then came a release of a record called "I Feel Love," which was with Mark Armand and the boys and Jimmy.
Oh, here we go. So I just have
So,
to stop. You hold on.
so
Ricky says, yes, I know it well. Now hold on a minute. There's gonna be a right here. My nephew says, I haven't a baldy. He says, who the Johnny, you lived in the house with me. You do know what it is. Leave in the morning with everything you own in a little black case. Alone on a platform, the wind and the rain on a sad and lonely
no,
face.
the face
Sing along with
you were
Stuart.
the one they talk about. Yeah. So
Go on ahead, John. Sorry.
they were doing Wogan. So this was the point where there's a lot of politics going on with each and every one of the band. Clashes of um, clashes of direction. Clashes of direction.
Mm-hmm.
So I was with Anthony in sitting in the chairs watching Mark on stage, waiting for Jimmy to turn up so we could do the camera rehearsals for
This
Wogan.
wasn't this
This is
I
90.
feel love, that one? Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
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 that
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Anyway, Jimmy didn't turn up, so I stood
Oh
in.
dear.
I stood in to be Jimmy Somerville, singing, pretending to sing "I Feel Love" with Mark Harmon, and it was
Yes.
the most bizarrest connection. That
What did Mark think of it all? What did he think of the whole?
and Mark just went along with it. Bless him. He didn't know what was going on really. So bless him, Mark. He's such a lovely, down to earth person.
Yeah,
He
he
just goes
seems to
along
be.
with the ride, really.
Yes.
So after that, I got to know Mark quite well because I used to see him out in clubs a lot. So so that was the thing. Next day, that evening, Jimmy turned up. They did Wogan, and that was it. The next day, Jimmy left.
Oh dear.
So I had to go into a studio then and start putting down some songs so that London Records could hear what I'm about.
Hmm.
They didn't like it. They didn't like it one little bit. They didn't
No,
like any of the
no.
songs. They didn't like me. They wanted another Jimmy, and I wasn't prepared to do that. I just wanted to do. I was very young. I was very naive, um, and it was all rather grand. It was all incredibly over the
Can I
top.
ask you a question? And I don't want you taking this the wrong way. Please don't take this the wrong way. How I know Jimmy was around you and you were around Steve and everything. How did you feel stepping in, John, after that era of the Age of Consent album, hundreds and thousands album, Big Small Town Boy? Why? How did you feel stepping into that? Were you nervous or did you just
Well,
go for it?
the thing about me is it just came naturally because I was
Yeah.
also performing in other bands prior to
Yes.
Bronski Beat.
Yes.
so so I already had that in my rucksack, so to speak.
Yes.
Um, and I never did ever say that I'm stepping into Jimmy's shoes. I always said I'm putting Jimmy's shoes under the bed and I'm stepping into my own scarlet slippers. So that I never kind of, um, I never thought it was, I always thought it was going to happen in a strange
Yes.
way.
Deep
It's
down.
strange how those things happen.
Hmm.
That you know, for 1 minute you're thinking, oh, well, this is going to be my life, and then all of a sudden you're seeing all your mates appear on television, like Alison with Yazoo and the Depeche Mode boys who came from my town, and then I'm seeing Larry and Steve on Top of the Pops. I'm thinking, well, it's my go next. Surely it's got to be my go next.
Absolutely. Can I just
And
say
I
a
was
couple?
very lucky.
Can I just say a couple of things? Just people have said a couple of things here. Um, Carrie says you had is Carrie Ferguson's is one of my admins. She says you had your own ideas and visions for your art that weren't the same as Jimmy's, and I think that's perfectly normal. So there you go. My
Yeah.
nephew has asked me a question. Do you know Simon Cowell? I don't know why he asked me that.
No, I don't know him personally. Personally, I mean, I couldn't pick up the phone and phone him.
No, he doesn't know him, Johnny. Sorry to disappoint you. You're not getting on Britain's Got Talent, I'm afraid not. I don't know what you're going to do, anyway. So, right, we went to London Records. London Records weren't overly
Yeah,
keen.
yeah, they
Okay.
weren't very. Excuse me, they weren't
You
very
okay?
keen. And to be serious with you, I don't. I kind of agreed with them. Anyway, we managed to hit that perfect beat in a small
The
studio
hits.
in Neasden. Now, all of a sudden, they quite liked Hit That Perfect Beat because it
That
was
was
it was
brilliant.
it was commercial, and they sort of thought, oh, this is just going to be a one-off single. So they like Perfect Beat. They put everything behind Perfect Beat, and it becomes a hit. It becomes a top five
Amazing.
hit, and it becomes a
It
hit all
was
around the world as well.
amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
So I was,
Absolutely
for
amazing.
me, for my first single ever, it did brilliant. I was really happy with that. But I knew
So,
on the other side of this coin that is Bronski beat,
yeah.
there are the other people who are more radical and more into Jimmy than they ever would have been into me. So Jimmy was
Mm.
always their king, and I always respected that. I never sort of thought that I was never angry at Jimmy for, oh, I don't know, for doing communards or doing covers. That was the thing I was a bit funny about Jimmy doing his covers, because he never
Yeah.
really he wrote a few of his songs, but they never seemed to get on the air.
John
Uh,
McMaster's just said here something interesting. Jimmy had a very distinct voice. Suppose it would be like Queen fans, not really like an Adam Lambert doing Queen songs.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I could never replace Jimmy, ever, ever, ever. Nobody could replace Jimmy.
yeah. Okay.
And so with that, I have great respect for Jimmy. And
So what year John John was Hit That Perfect Beat? When was that released?
right,
Because
so
I
that
was
was
looking online, it was all different conflicting dates and stuff I was
so
getting.
I think it was released in, oh, I think it was released in December 1985.
Five, was it? Five, yeah.
1985, and it stayed in the charts for weeks and weeks. It stayed out of the top 50 for a good few
Okay,
weeks
okay.
before it started to pick up.
Okay, and then when did um Come On, that was the next one, wasn't it? Yeah?
Yeah,
Or have
so
I missed one?
so so with London,
I'm
they wanted
laughing
me
because I'm
they
just
want
thinking, go on
with
ahead.
London Records, they wanted me to write an album within 3 months
Okay.
of Hit That Perfect Beat. They wanted a second single. I mean, they're putting all their pressure onto me. I wasn't even signed to London. I was
No.
signed with the boys.
Hmm.
So that was a great pressure. Singers of bands, they can spend ages and ages perfecting the sound of their voice when they're recording, and it was the very first time for me recording in a studio like that. So I found it all very, even though I'd done it and I did my job, um it was never quite what I wanted the album to be.
Okay.
Nevertheless, I'm still grateful that they
Yeah,
picked up on
absolutely.
they picked up on
Absolutely.
Come On" for the single, for the second single, and we went ahead with that.
Okay, so was it after Come On, then the album came out, which we're going to talk about now? Did that come
Yeah,
out
that's
after
right.
Come On? And that was Truth, Dare, Double Dare.
It was indeed.
Truth, Dare, Double Dare, Commander Opinion. Truth, Dare, Double Dare. I know
Do
them
you like the
all.
girls on it? The girls were fantastic.
Well, I told you what my favourite track. By the way, folks, you can download Truth Dare Double Dare on Amazon. Just to let you know, because I was having a wee bit of a joke today. They're all there, age of consent, hundreds and thousands. You've got the four. I'll talk about all them in a minute. But Truth Dare Double Dare is there to be downloaded. And I told Jon Jon that my favourite song on Truth Dare Double Dare is We Know How It Feels. So, John, basically, Bronski beat.
Yeah,
They were known to be gay activists, isn't this
they
true?
were.
Yeah. And this was the days of Maggie Thatcher, Clause 28, which I only found out a few weeks ago when we did an item on homophobia. Clause 28 was not introduced into Northern Ireland. So there you go, even though we are classed as part of the UK.
Oh, is that right? Gosh.
Yep, it was not. but we were later in the age of consent coming down. We were a couple of years later from 21 down to 18. We went from 21 to
Right,
18
right,
to
right.
16.
Yeah.
But cause 28 was never ever introduced here, which I automatically thought it was. Once again, folks, if anybody doesn't know what cause 28 was, cause 28 was a rule that came in, and homosexuality was not allowed to be promoted in schools, anything to do with children mentioned or anything, and things like that there. And it was just our Maggie. Our Maggie. So Brodsky Beat were always known to be gay activists. They were always known to be gay activists. And if you listen to the words of the songs, like for me, when I hear them, if anybody else ever does hear them who hasn't heard it yet, um, you know, for me, I could pick up something about my life in every single song. You know what I mean? And as I say, when the Age of Consent first came out, and then Truth Dare Double Dare came out, Age of Consent was released in 1984. I didn't get to see it until 1987. I was 17 years old. And it had all the information about the age of consent in all different countries throughout the world. And we were actually quite high up. The UK was quite high up with
Yeah.
really, serious
Mm.
countries. And then it was hundreds and thousands first, John. Can you remember? Or was Age of Consent after? That was the second one, wasn't it? Yes, I know it was
What was
before.
what
Hundreds
was
and
the second one?
thousands. There was hundreds and thousands,
Oh yeah,
and
then
then there was
right.
Age of Consent.
No, Age of Consent, Hundreds and Thousands was a
Right,
remix
right.
album.
All right, okay, okay,
And then
okay.
there was, what was the other one?
There was Rainbow
Um,
Nation, but that was later on,
oh,
wasn't
Rainbow
it?
Nation, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
So,
let's talk about Truth Dare Double Dare. This was written by you.
okay.
This was written by you, Steve, and Larry. Isn't that correct?
Freeway, yeah.
Which I didn't actually know until I got speaking to you the other day. I didn't know that.
Well,
So
well, we thought it was
tell us
fair
about the
like
album.
that.
Yeah.
We thought it was quite fair because as well as Steve writing some lyrics down, I wrote really well with Steve. Actually, I could really sit down and write some songs with Steve.
Yes.
Larry was the brains behind the
Yeah.
machines, really, but Steve
Yeah.
was the man to sit down and write songs with. So as we're writing them down in the studio, I'm getting up, going into the booth, and singing them. So we thought it was a fair split to do it like that. Otherwise, it can become very complicated with lawyers, and I didn't have the money to go through lawyers,
No.
like that, things
No.
like that. So yeah.
And how was it received, John?
How was it
How
perceived?
have no received with the public. How did it do? Because I actually don't have anything
Well,
here. It did quite well, I think, didn't it?
well, it didn't do too bad. I mean, it did go top 20.
Mm-hmm.
I think it reached about 15 or something, something like
Yeah,
that. And
yeah.
then it just fell, and then it just fell out
Okay.
because there's a lot of reasons why that happened because London Records wanted it to get rid of it. They wanted to concentrate on the communards. So the money, the
Okay.
view of Truth Dare Double Dare was shifted. It was shifted
Okay.
much more onto the communards, so that they got all the airplay, etc., etc. So after Come On, there was going to be a single called This Heart. Now, This
Yes.
Heart
This
got
heart,
got
heart
released
of mine.
in
Yep.
it got released in Japan. It was the
Okay.
only country it ever got released in, and I think it made top 20 there. But there's a dance version as well and a 7-inch version somewhere, and I haven't got it. Some of the ardent fans have got hold of it, but I haven't got it.
There was another track on that album called "Do It." What I was actually reading when I was looking into your background and stuff, a lot of people had said "Do It" maybe should have been the third one of the album because they
Okay,
enjoyed it so much.
okay.
So there you go.
Yeah,
It is
well,
a good song.
yeah, that's great. That one. The thing is, I had no influence in what was going to be. Stephen Larry did because they went to the meetings. I never got invited to the meetings, so I didn't. It wasn't down to me what's going to be the next single or anything like that.
So after Hit That Perfect Beat, did you go on tour then after that?
We were we were getting ready to go on tour.
Yes.
We were just about to start uh, rehearsals. That means with the lighting, with the rig, etc., etc. Um, but I didn't feel ready. I
Right.
didn't feel ready. I didn't feel ready with the songs. I didn't feel ready with the um, the enormity of it all. So, I would have stopped the band there and then, gone away for a couple of months with Larry and Steve, worked on the live show, and then come back and do the live shows. But
Okay.
it just wasn't working like that. So, and that was it. So at that point, I said adios to Steve and Larry, or rather, they said adios
Okay.
to me.
Right. So what we're going to do, I'll hold it right there. Okay.
Yeah,
So that's chapter one. So what we're going to do is, see, before I go on to do a wee break, to give you a break and give me a break, Jon Jon, there's a friend of mine, and she
yeah.
wants to ask. She's been bussing me all day. She's away to the bingo tonight, so she is, and she says to me, "Could I ask our Jon Jon a question?" I says, "Well, you're not going to be here. You're going to be at the bingo." So she has recorded a question for you. Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to turn your mic off just for a wee minute, but she's going to ask you the question, and hopefully you will answer. Okay. Just be ready for it. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
We'll, we'll see if we can find her here. Right, here we go. Where is she? Oh, there she's there. Okay. We stand here trapped and so angry. These walls, hold them tight. Tears are holding them. Can you say, oh, hello, Deirdre, Auntie Onion. Hi, dear. Is our Jon Jon there, dear? The Bronski beat. Oh, I love that wee song, dear. We stand here trapped and so angry. These walls are crumbling down around me. We've never got any money. It never seems to be right anymore. Just barred off the Provident there. Jon Jon, or whatever you call you, dear. I have a question from your Auntie Onion, dear. I'm Auntie Onion from Ticky Top, dear. I'm Art Stewart's twin sister, but I'm 30 years older, dear, but that's another story. I hope you can understand me, all right, dear. Now, listen. Anyone wants to ask a question, dear, I'm going to show you a photo. I'm going to show you a photograph, right? And I want an explanation, our Jon Jon. Here we go. Now, this is you. This is the video to come on. This is a wee photo. Now, Jon Jon, I'll make it bigger so everybody can see it, dear. I've heard that before. Now, when I say, you are sitting there, if anybody can see it, dear, it's a very great photograph, dear. So you're on the audience taking photographs, dear, to bring back the Polaroid camera. All right, Jon, you're sitting there on top of a coconut tree, dear. How did you cope? How did you cope? You're on the audience, couldn't do that, dear. I would have needed a quail, Jon Jon. You know them sickness tablets. My question is, how long did you have to set up that coconut tree when the video was recording? Well, like our Jon Jon, you enjoy your evening with our Stuart, and don't let him boss you about, dear. You come to me, our Jon Jon, I look after you, dear. And Jon Jon, the most important thing of all, dear, is from your Auntie Onion. Get it up you while you're young. See you later, dear.
Oh,
That's what I have.
she's
That,
a love, isn't she?
show watches a nightmare, so she is. So, Jon, that was the
Oh,
video. As the audience says there, that's the video from Come On, Come On. So this is the last question I'm going to ask you in this half. By the way, hello, Michael. Nice to see you. Right. How long were you up that coconut tree for?
well, You start earlier on doing videos. So we were on set by 6:30. By 7 o'clock, I was up that fucking tree, and
How did you get? How did
I
they get
didn't
you up there?
climb. I didn't climb down that tree till about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Honestly, my ass was raw, and I was sitting on a bit of wood like that. That's what they expected me to sit on. Larry was Larry was pulling out the splinters all night. I'm telling you, it was
Anybody
pretty.
has this, if anybody hasn't seen that video, go to YouTube, folks. It's there. It's called the song's called "Come On, Come On." And he actually has two coconuts. Those things.
Yeah, it
Well, John,
actually
we're
got
gonna
banned
yes.
from the BBC,
Oh,
which was
that's a surprise.
no, that's right. Yeah, just because
That's
of
a
that.
shock. Right. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have a short break, and Auntie Onions actually coming back again. So she is. So it's to give you a wee bit of a break and a chance to get Carrie Ferguson's laughing. She says splinters for days. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you, Auntie Onion. We're going to have a wee break, folks. We'll be back in about 6 minutes. Okay. Give Jon Jon a break. Give me a wee break, and then we're going to go into part 2, the next chapter. So we'll see you in 6 minutes. And he's away. Hello, there's your Auntie Onion, back for an RE reaction there. Right, do you remember? I was going to say I'm back in my pride outfit there. I thought it was away for an RE year there, but no, dear, because this is special. Right, do you remember the last reaction I did was our Coco Puri? Now, anybody again doesn't know who Coco Puri is. This is a famous drag queen over America there. Auntie Onion loves her because she's got attitude. Right, well, someone had messaged me to say that our Coco had did a song called Show Me Your Pride. So Auntie Onion says, well, since I did that reaction, I might as well do this one as well, dear, straight after, because I couldn't miss out, dear, especially a Pride song, dear. So apparently it's a bit of a gurg, and apparently it's a bit of a dancey one. So let's get it up in the street. Let's get the black box up, dear, right on time. And this is Miss Coco Puri, Show Me Your Pride, dear. Now, when I just check all the volumes and all that, there, so it plays all right there. It's pumping up, there. Pump up the volume for Auntie Onion. Right, so this is Miss Coco Puri, Show Me Your Pride. Now, this video was posted 11 years ago, dear, and I can't believe that I'm only hearing it now. It's not desperate, dear. So here we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to put the big screen up, and then we'll play it. So there you are, dear. Here we go. Oh. You vanish in the I'm just so sorry to stop it immediately, but look, isn't it amazing? Now, you've seen Coco in the last video with her long hair. Now, isn't it amazing what a change of hairstyle can do? It just changes somebody so much. She looks fabulous there. So, right, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back to the beginning again, back to the very beginning, and we'll start it again. So, here we go. You vanish in the crowd, eager but afraid. Everything for now a masquerade. Or to be yourself, isn't it a bore? Dancing alone in the shadows. Honey, you're ready if you're here. Why don't you do it? Instead of trying to hide it all inside. Instead of trying to tell the world's not lying. Show me your pride. Show me your pride. Forget all that's denying how you shine. I wanna see you kiss your shame goodbye. Show me your pride. Show me your pride. I know you're terrified and excited too. A roller coaster ride in front of you. What you waiting for? Take a leap of faith into the arms of your family. Honey, you're ready as they come.
lying, how you try. I wanna see you kiss the shame goodbye. Show me your pride. Show me your pride.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear. William, you've got a headset on. I'm sorry. Auntie, I love this. Auntie, I love this. This is great. Catch yourself together, William. I think this is, oh, William's caping and everything here, too. I think this is basically what it's saying is, when you are coming to terms with your sexuality, it's letting you know that you're not on your own. It's letting you know there's other people the same way, dear. And people want to help you. And people want to be you're becoming part of a bigger community. So never standing on inside a breath, dear dancing. Never think you're on your own. Oh, Auntie Onion loves it. Hang on. Wrap it up the big screen and we'll start it up again. So here we go.
Believe me, darling, I know how you feel. Before I received my call
Oh,
to become Coco Boo, there was a time when even I lived in the shadows. But those queens that came before me called out from the past, and our rich history was revealed to me. They taught me that we create the life we want to live, a life lived free of shame, a life lived out loud,
fabulous.
proud, and just a little bit ridiculous. Instead of trying to hide it all inside, instead of trying to tell the world a lie, show me your pride, show me your pride.
That's it. Get up and dance. That's it, son.
How you shine. I wanna see you kiss your shame goodbye. Show me your pride, show me your pride. Forget all that's a lying, how you shine. I wanna see you kiss your shame goodbye. Show me your pride, show me your pride. Oh, come on. I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Oh, dear, dear, dear.
That was wonderful. Do you know who I thought it was at first? I thought it was Jane McDonald at first.
No, it's our Coco Peru.
Well, now I know it's Coco
I just
Peru.
panicked there. I thought somebody had messaged me to say we've got through. Could somebody please comment on Facebook just to make sure we're still there? It's right, it has been played before, so we shouldn't get put it out over it. I
All
think
right.
everybody's still there. Could somebody say hello on Facebook, please, before we carry on? Just to make sure we are still broadcasting. I think we are though. I think it's still showing up there. I'm
Broad
just going to do.
arson.
I'll just do a wee reset while we're here. So, John Boy,
Yes.
John Boy. That's actually the other John Boy. So
I think
where
we've
do
known
we?
each other for years.
Oh no, sure, but sure you know me. I talk to anybody. Right. So you left,
Yeah.
and I think everybody stayed friends. Like I don't think there was any really animosity or anything.
Yeah, yeah. Well, at that point, they had got Jonathan Hellier,
Yes.
6'5", gorgeous hair, could sing like Jimmy. That's who they wanted, and they
Okay.
went on tour with him.
Right. Okay.
Yet again, there was some personal political stuff going on because
Yes.
Steve is a force amongst angels. He really is. And once Steve gets something in his brain, he will go for it, and he will go for it big time. So
Okay.
obviously, there's clashes with personalities when you're put together in a group like that. Girls Aloud, they're a prime example where
Exactly.
you put together and clashes happen. So Jonathan didn't last very long in the band. So they made the album. Jonathan was gone.
Wasn't
I had,
Jonathan the one? Sorry to interrupt you. Wasn't Jonathan the one that sang in Cha Cha Heels?
that's right, yeah, with
He
Eartha
did.
Kitt, yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, good friend. Really liked Jonathan. He was lovely to me. He was really nice. And then, so I was working as a waitress in a cocktail bar,
Until I met
and
you.
as you do, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I wasn't running out of money. I just wanted to do something. I don't know. My head was in a bit of a twirl at the time. It was
Yes.
anyway. I got this job in a hotel, and I was
So what year are we on now? What
right.
sort
We're
of year are we
talking
on?
1998, 99.
Okay.
No, no, we're not.
No. No, you're not.
We're going back. We're going 1990.
Yes, because I have another bit of information written here which I didn't add up with, so that's why I was wondering where you were going with
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Sorry, I was getting ahead of myself.
That's all
So,
right.
so that was that. So, out of the blue, I got a Steve. I was with this job for 2.5 years, and I was a hotel manager. So I was in charge of the cash, the drinks, you name it. I had the keys for it. So I was doing that. Got a telephone call from Steve Bronski saying, "Would I like to go to America and do some gigs?" So I thought, okay, but I'm in this job. So I said, "Well, you got to give me some money. I can't just leave like
Was
that."
this was this about 1994? Would it have been?
It could have been, yeah.
Yeah, because it says here you went back for a while, the tour. I think it was back in 1994 for a while. It's written down there, I picked that up
Well, we went.
somewhere
We did
along the
it twice.
lines.
We went
Okay.
twice. So that
Yeah.
so yeah. So it could have been at that span, 90 to 94.
Yeah.
And so Steve put some money in my bank. I went into work the next day and says I'm leaving.
Okay.
I said I'm off. Here's your keys. I'm going. So that
And
was
how did you find going from singer spotlight? I don't even want to talk about top of the pops, all in the newspapers, TV, everywhere, back into mainstream work.
yeah. Well,
Did,
well, it
was
was
it?
really
I know you
funny because
had to. I know you had to because obviously you needed money, but I'm sure you found it really strange.
I didn't. It didn't
No,
worry me one bit actually,
no,
because everybody in the hotel knew who I was. So they become sort of like my best mates. So it was
yeah,
like everybody was totally accepting of me, and
yes,
I just thought, oh well, doesn't really didn't bother me at all. Didn't bother me
mm-hmm,
one bit.
mm-hmm,
So you know everywhere I've gone, people have always been really nice to me. They've always been right respectable,
okay.
respecting of what I do with the band. Yeah,
So when you came back, when it was
yeah,
all over, when it finished, what happened
yeah.
then?
When it was totally finished,
Now I read somewhere here
yeah,
that you and was there a band called Us or US or something or
yeah,
Us? I read
Us. There
that
was a band called
somewhere. Us.
Us, and
Yes.
that was a seven-piece band that I'd
Wow. Okay.
started after Bronski Beat. Now, these people were friends of mine before Bronski Beat even got,
Okay. Okay.
they were way, way, way old friends, really.
Yes. Yes. Uh huh.
And, well, here's a funny story. That the
Okay. Go
guy who
ahead.
I used to be in a band before I joined Bronski Beat was called Dave Rennick. His name was Dave Rennick, and he used to play a bass. So I used to be in a band with him. Now,
Yes.
he left Newcastle to go and join the Communards. So my
Right.
mate went and joined the Communards as their bass
Dear.
player.
Right. Oh yes. Uh
Isn't that
huh.
weird? That's so
Uh
weird.
huh.
So anyway, that
So
was yeah.
okay. Go
So
ahead. Yeah. So anyway, later on, then you came back. It was all that. So, was there any more music after us after Bronski Beat? Was there any more
um,
music? Did you dabble
n-
here,
not
dabble
as
there, or
not as kind of like commercial. I was the thing about the time then is when I was really ill. I fell
Okay.
really ill. I got
Okay.
cancer,
Oh, John, I
and
didn't even know
uh,
that.
yeah, well, when we were in Hawaii, I knew that there was something poorly with me. So I kind of, to cut a long story short, I managed to get
Yes.
back to England, go to the Royal Free, get diagnosed with HIV and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So
Okay.
that was the beginning of my battle to stay on top, really. So
Okay.
music
Okay.
became secondary. I still
Yes.
write music, and I still write music
Yes.
today, but
Yes.
it's not the greatest thing, it's not so important in my life, or it
Yeah.
even wasn't then. Even though it was an outlet for me, but I never did any more gigs. I never did any more. I did a few studio bits and pieces,
You did. Yes.
but my main thing was to stay alive. I mean, the children were falling over, dying in that time. It was in the 90s. They were just so I just thought it's going to be me next. It's just going to be
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. I
So I
actually
was
had a
very lucky.
I actually had a photograph to show you there, but when I ask you the next question, I'm gonna hop over and get it because it's very special to me, and I'm gonna show you it in a minute. Well, I actually thought I had downloaded it, but I didn't. So, Steve, you stayed in touch.
Yeah, we did stay in touch,
Right, while
and
you
we
talk, I'm gonna download this photograph, so you talk away, okay?
so we did stay in touch.
Yes,
He was one of my closest and dearest friends, and
yes,
I could see he was on a trajectory of going downhill.
okay,
We did write music together, which never got released. But we did a few singles, uh, a few songs together that
yes.
I don't suppose will ever come to light a day because it was on his computer at home, which obviously got trashed in the fire. So we
I
shall
suppose I might
never
tell.
hear them.
I suppose I might tell people about that. I've been avoiding this, but I'll have to do it. But
Yeah.
before I do it, I just want to show you a photograph. Now, this
All
is a
right. Yeah.
photograph that was
Yeah.
taken in 2015.
Yeah.
You ready for this? And this is when I had the pleasure of meeting him, and we actually
Oh,
became
yeah. I've seen that
friends.
before.
Yeah, me
Have
and
we
him
met,
actually.
Stuart?
No, we are friends on Facebook. So we are. I actually put this up one time when Steve was alive to show him it. So you might have seen it then. And that was 2015 in the Quebec bar in London, otherwise known as the Elephant's Graveyard. And that's my partner Lee met him first. And then he introduced me to him, and we went round to the house, no house singing and everything. I thought I was Eartha Kitt, But that's what he was. John, you know what he was like. You went into the house, and you always ended up singing. It was just music was Steve. It didn't matter what you talked about,
Yeah.
music always came into it. And see, because I grew up as a Bronski Beat fan, and because
Yeah.
I knew the songs, and because I knew basically the meaning of the song, he could sit and talk to me all night. He just lived for music. So, okay.
He
So
did.
it was 2021. Steve had got ill. He had declined a lot, with his health, folks. And unfortunately, he was relying on cars and stuff to come into his home to help him. And he was in bed. And unfortunately, there was a fire. Was it down? I think it was a fire downstairs. Is that right, John? Or was
I'm
was
not sure where it came from, but
yeah,
I
there was a
I did
fire.
understand that it came from his apartment,
Okay, right,
so
okay,
I wasn't quite sure.
right. So there was a fire, folks, anyway. But
Yeah.
basically, from what I could pick up, John, you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm,
Steve couldn't get out of bed because he relied on people to help him out of bed, and
yeah, yeah,
he had taken smoke inhalation. Now,
that's right.
the press originally said that he died in his bed, but apparently he didn't, John. It was
Yeah, no,
outside, wasn't that right?
no, he died on the street. They got him out, but he couldn't fight back. His lungs
No,
weren't strong enough to get rid of all the
no,
gunk that he'd breathed
no.
in. So
Yeah.
that's where he died on the street there.
Like I only known him, you known him a hell of a long time longer than me. I only known him for a few years, and even in that few years, Steve's just Steve, But you knew him better than me, and I was
Yeah,
devastated when I heard. I just couldn't get over it. I don't like saying this about Annie, but call Kevin Annie, but he was well, him and Larry, because Larry actually passed away too, didn't he?
yeah, he did. He died of lung
He's gone.
cancer.
He had lung cancer. He died of lung cancer. It's
Yeah,
just so, so sad
yeah,
because Larry was a whiz kid with electronic stuff and
yeah.
the electronic music. But their music lives on. Their music lives on. Your
Well, it
music
does.
lives on as well.
It does,
You
and
know.
it's something that I think the generations will look back and think, oh, that there were people in the 80s standing up for what the age of consent really meant.
Yeah.
And it meant equality. It didn't mean that we're better than them. It meant that we are equal and that
Yeah.
we should have as much equal rights as the straight community. I mean,
Absolutely.
we thought it was kind of just a no brainer. Why should we be put aside for something that's so Victorian? So I think that hopefully young kids will look back at the 80s and says, "Oh, there was somebody there fighting for our rights."
Yeah, absolutely. What was the song? Um, Preaching Victorian values in this day and age. No
Yeah,
wonder
there
we're
you
still
go.
standing. It's there. I'm just resetting this blooming Facebook again, John. It's a freaking nightmare, so it is. But I just want to say, for me growing up, those songs were, I sat in my bedroom listening to them, and I was the type of person. I grew up in a musical family, as I was telling you the other day. My father sang in a band all his life, and sadly he passed away last month there on the 18th of June. And we grew up with music in my home. Johnny Cahoon, you hear me mentioning there that he's in tonight. That's actually my nephew. Um, you know, we grew up with music, and music's been in my life. But when I was younger, I was a type of teenager that sat in his bedroom with a record player with the earphones on, sing at the top of my voice, getting told off every 10 minutes,
Yeah,
digesting all the words. And that was me. So what I
yeah,
want to say to you is thank you for, like ABBA, thank you for that music because it helped me. And even Small Town Boy, before I know you were always in there in the background or whatever. Small Town Boy, Truth Dare, Double Dare, the song We Know How It Feels, hit that perfect beat. There's so, so many. Now, I just want to read this out. Uh, the Age of Consent Anniversary Edition was released on the 18th of October 2024, and that includes a 2018 remaster of The Age of Consent and also a 2024 remaster of Hundreds and Thousands, plus new and exclusive mixes commissioned for the anniversary from artists like Absolute. See if I can read these out right. Planning to Rock, The Knox, Dave's Odd Somebody versus Tall Paul, and Super Jumbo. Um, do you think this he says I'm showing me age? Somebody just said that. Do you think we are going to get an anniversary edition of Truth Dare Double Dare?
well, I have been contacted from by London, and I
Mm-hmm.
know the man very well. Steve and I have dealt with him before,
Mm-hmm.
but and we were trying for many years to get Truth Dare Double Dare remastered and re-released, but for some reason there's politics involved with that album. So
Okay.
Warner didn't want to release it because it was under lock and key. Nobody wanted to
Okay.
release it. It's so weird. I don't know. I just weird. Anyway, I got an email about 2 months ago saying we may be releasing Truth Dare as a 40th.
Brilliance.
Yeah, as a 40th.
40th. Oh my God.
40th, yeah.
Oh dear.
So I mean, it's around about now. I mean, we're looking. I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of it. Who knows? These things I just wait until they happen. When they happen, they happen. So
So,
fingers crossed it will happen.
what do you do with yourself today, John? We'll finish off in this because
What do I
I've kept you
do?
quite.
Well,
What do
mainly,
you do for yourself today?
I just look after myself. Because I'm not in the greatest of health, so my
No, because
body
I.
is.
By the way, folks, John is not long out of hospital. He was in hospital 2 weeks ago, and
Yeah,
he was very
major
ill.
operation.
Major operation. I don't really want to go into it because
Oh,
your
I don't want to
personal
go into
life,
it.
But I just want to say thank you for doing this for me. And
That's
also,
okay.
what was this other little thing you told me you do? Was it once a week or twice a week?
We do
With
it
this?
once a week. I've been doing it for
Okay,
over 5 years now, and it's
okay,
my friend and I, Elise. We do an hour similar to what you're doing. Actually, is we get people on Zoom, and they come from many different centres all over the UK, and mainly they're adults with learning difficulties. Some are locked in, some are all different types of disabilities. So I
yes,
sing with them. So we make our own songs up and we do a little show for them. And it's just only for them. It's a private show. But
okay,
also I go and do every week I go to Camden when I can, and
yes,
I go and sing mantra, which is Indian Sanskrit language, and it's like Buddhism basically.
okay, okay.
It's very similar to that, but it's very cleansing. It's very good for my mind. It keeps my see the voice is the one thing. If you've been blessed with the voice, or even if you haven't been blessed with the voice, just to
Hmm.
sing each week is a tonic. It's medicine. So that's what I try and do with my time.
That's good.
But no
Yeah.
great no great agendas.
I've just a few more little photos I just want to finish off with that you didn't get to see here. Maybe it'll bring back some memories. And I showed there's another one of the three, is there?
Oh, yeah. Ah, look.
And they're lovely, aren't they? They're really nice. I think this is a nice one. Can you remember where this one was, John?
Yeah, that's in.
That's some jacket Steve's got on there, isn't it?
No, yeah. That's
That's
his
just
mum's
Steve.
curtains.
It's,
That was in Montreux for the pop festival.
okay. Was there any
Yeah.
more here? Did I miss out? I'm just trying to see if was there any more. No, I think that's it. I think that's all the ones I
Yeah.
got. But that's a
Yeah.
lovely one. But it's just my partner Lee was with me earlier on. I was picking these photographs. He says, "Look at that jacket."
Yeah. I don't look very good in that, actually, in that photograph. He loved that jacket.
Uh-huh. Kai says, thank you so much for coming to speak to us tonight, John. It has
That's
really
right.
been greatly appreciated and such an interesting chat. And that's from us all. That is from us all. Now,
Bless you.
there was something I was going to say to you before, see me, I forget. Oh my God, I forget everything. What was I going to say to you? What we're going to do is we are going to play Hit That Perfect Beat, okay? So what I'm going to do is, folks, Sam says, what a fantastic night. Thank you, Stuart and Jon for tonight. And Ricky also says, I keep forgetting to bring these up here. Ricky also says, cheers, John. Thank you so much. Matt
Thank
McGinley
you.
says, fab we show tonight. Tracy says, thank you, John and Stuart. Very, very interesting. We lived in the dark ages, our Tracy. We had to put up with a lot of shit. For sure. Do you know something, John? We were just talking about this, finishing this. We did an item there a couple of weeks ago about homophobia. And yes, it's reduced a lot, but still there. There's a lot of people, still suffering there, who are afraid to
Yeah.
come out, and afraid
Yeah.
to be themselves and to be who they are. In this,
Yeah.
as the song says, in this day and age,
Yeah.
it's just
It is
unbelievable.
disgusting. And if you
Hmm.
if you are confronted in any which way form, go and report it. Don't hold it
Yeah.
within. It's the worst thing you can do. Go and report it to the police. They are usually very good with these things. And
Because when we actually did the statistics of homophobic attacks and all, they have went up. But my sort of looking back at that is because more people are now reporting it. You know,
absolutely,
in our day you were afraid to. You don't.
absolutely, yeah. Oh,
You
you'd get
know.
ridiculed by the police.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
You'd have been called all the names of the day. And
Yeah,
John
absolutely.
McMaster, the other John, this is John Boy, this is Andy Williams, honorary nephew. He says, "Thank you so much, John." By the way,
Hey, my pleasure.
just before I go, John Boy, you're at the hospital tomorrow. This is the other John Boy. He had a very, very serious accident. He had 2 fractures in his neck.
Oh,
And he's
God.
getting his final scan tomorrow. So our fingers is crossed that you get the all clear, and hopefully you'll get back to work very, very soon because he's fed up. So he is. Right. Tomorrow morning he's going, he's just said there. Thank you so much, folks, for coming in tonight. I'm going to say goodbye to you. Jon Jon, could you hang on to the end after we'll go off live and I speak to you for 2 minutes? Okay. So I'm going to say goodnight to you now. I'm going to play this. I don't know how long. It might play right through and then get cut off afterwards, but we'll never know. So once again, keep that beat going, Jon Jon. That beat will never go away. Beat boy, beat
Thank
boy.
you, darling. Thank you for all listening in.
Night night.
God,
And
God
I
bless
talk to
you
you.
all.
I will talk to you in a moment, Jon Jon, okay?
Okay.
So here
Bye,
we go,
all.
folks. We're going back to the 80s. Back to the 80s where we all had our Auntie Lillian had her white PVC skirt. I had my I had my DM shoes, my white slouch socks, and my cycling shorts. By frig, I looked like a sight, let me tell you. Joe Matcher says, thanks, guys. So let's go and have a dance. Our Kai Ferguson loves this. I played this in
Let's have a dance.
our private chat there the other week. She was dancing around our kitchen. Anyways, where the hell did I do with it? There's it there. So, John, thank you again. Thank you, everybody,
Bye-bye.
for coming in tonight. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you, everybody. See you all.
And let's get our beat,
Be
boy.
good.
Let's get our beat on. See you soon.
Searching for some company. Feel the rhythm, dance with me. Then beat by blue seem out of place. Now the work for the party face. Party face. Dance, dance on the floor. Dance, dance, move some more. Dance, dance, feel the heat. Hit that perfect beat, boy. Hit that perfect beat, boy. I got that feeling, them beat boy feelings. I got them feeling, that perfect beat, boy. I got that feeling, that perfect feeling, that perfect feeling all over me. Beat boy, hit that perfect beat, boy. Beat boy, hit that perfect beat, boy. Beat boy, hit that perfect beat, boy. Hit that perfect, hit that perfect, hit that perfect beat, boy. Come close to me. I want this to be that perfect feeling all over me. Come close to me. I want this to be that beat boy feeling all over me. Too close for comfort, too close for joy. Boys in the back room, their hearts destroy. Touch and kiss a stranger before their fails. Hiding from the danger that's been sent from hell. I've got that feeling, them beat boy feeling.